Thank you. I appreciate you letting me talk.
No, I appreciate you answering that. And furthermore, I know that playing the role of Dustin on screen is very cool.
It's
amazing.
It's really
cool. But I do know that you've done and participated in other roles as well.
Yeah.
Alluding to that, you also played Bubba as a voice actor.
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh,
on,
wow.
Angry Birds.
Yeah!
But I wanted to ask, what, out of all the years you've been acting, what has been your favorite role and why?
Dustin, of course, just because of the connection that I have, because of the time I've been playing him, because of how much I love Stranger Things so much. I always say that if I wasn't in it, I'd be a massive fan. And getting to play that type of character is just, it's an honor and a privilege, and something I no longer take for granted, especially after the pandemic and realizing how scarce work can be at certain times. So hands down, Dustin. But I think I had a lot of fun working on stage. Gavroche in Les Mis was a dream role that I was really happy to play, and that was my dream role leading up to it, and it still is. So the fact that I was able to achieve that at a very young age was incredible.
I agree with that. I have been asking around, and the viewers wanted to know this question. How is your daughter doing?
My daughter's doing great. She just turned 16.
Oh.
Yep, it's season 1 of the show. She turned 4 at the famous tea party. And now she's 16 and driving. And when people see her, they can't believe that that little girl was 4 on season 1.
Absolutely.
But she is a teenager, don't get me wrong. Okay, she has her moments.
And those moments must be very intriguing to be around. Yeah. But knowing that you're a part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, as a matter of fact, some of those viewers, one being my mom, is very into the show. So could you kind of explain what's the day in the life of being a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star?
Well, the day in the life when you're filming is incredibly busy. They film us at our homes, and then they film us in the interviews when we talk bad about each other, behind each other's backs. And then we do a lot of fun stuff together that never makes the air, because obviously it's about the trauma and the drama and all of the arguing and all of that. But behind the scenes and even in front of the camera, we end up having a ton of laughs together and a lot of fun. And the original 6 of us are real friends, and we went through so much together. Season 1, we had a divorce. Season 2, we had a divorce. Season 3, we had a divorce. We had the suicide, my abuse. So we are definitely bonded, and that will never leave us.
How does it feel coming back to Adelphi after all these years? What are the changes you've seen? How have you been able to maybe talk to any of the new students here?
Well, thanks a lot, Max, for this interview. Just being in this building, the UC was always the center point of Adelphi for us. Everybody met and they convened here, from the parties to the food to the radio station on the 3rd floor. The difference is it's been redesigned. There's no more radio station. The art department was in the Blodgett building where I spent many years. But the energy is very high, like it used to be, and the creativity is at an all-time high. And I think students and the student body of Adelphi here in 2022 is really looking forward and looks forward to being a leader as far as technology, as far as social services, and all those areas that excelled in the past. And I'm a product of that. And I see it where the same energy is kind of evident right here, even in this interview. So you got the same. I mean, I'm looking at you in the interview, and that's like, wow, man, that reminded me of what we used to do back in the day right here on this campus.
Max Robinson, Access Sports here with Coach Craig. Coach, how did you hold off the comeback?
We kept to our defensive principles. They did a good job of getting the shooter open, and we lost a little bit of our focus on what we were trying to do, but they kept at it. And defensively, we just committed to it and stayed with it. Got a little bit smarter on offense and took some better shots instead of just having a jump shooting contest.
What would you say is the strength of this team?
Our depth. I mean, a kid like Ryan Seidner comes off the bench, and I don't know how many he had, but he had some big shots in, I believe, the 3rd or 4th quarter. And, we're able to play more people than most teams, and it's for the right reason. It's not just to try to get some people minutes. The people who we put in all contribute to wins. They're all contributing at practice, and it shows in the game.
How will you be able to keep up this momentum moving forward?
We gotta just stick to what we're doing. We gotta make sure that we're playing smart, and we're getting to the rim and getting the ball in the paint. We're good shooters, but I think at times we're making it easy on the defenses by shooting too much when we have a little bit of advantage in terms of size and speed in the overall game.
Great, Coach. Good luck moving forward.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Max Robinson, Access Sports. Coach, what has been the game plan to your team's success this season?
I think we have some size, and so our game plan is usually to play through our post players. I think MacArthur tonight did a good job of making it really difficult to use them in the spots that were comfortable, and that's why it was such a close game.
How were you able to execute down the stretch so well?
I think we made some changes in our timeouts, and I think ultimately I put trust in my point guard, Chris Stokel, and he made a lot of plays in the last 4 minutes of the game, and I think that's, it's a big thing because he's a sophomore and he was in a big spot.
What will be the X factor for your team throughout the season?
I think the X factor is to minimize our turnovers, still playing fast, but minimize our turnovers and execute.
Max Robinson, Access Sports, here with Coach Marty. Coach, how are you able to run the floor so well?
Well, one of our main goals was try to wear them down a little bit. We wanted to get a lot of guys in. We practiced moving the ball, trying to push it up to create space so we could get good cheap shots.
What tactics helped you to break down Carey's defense?
They play very aggressive, so we knew we had to protect the ball. We tried to get what we call cheap shots, which is a lot of shots off hard screens.
How important was the ball movement tonight contributing to your team's success?
That probably was the most important besides our defense, because they're a good scoring team. When we hit the open man, make the extra pass, we're pretty good. When we're selfish with the ball, we're not too successful.
Great game, Coach. Good luck moving forward.
My point guard started scoring a lot. It took a lot of pressure off me so I could have open lanes to drive and really get my team involved today. The defense in the first half was intense, but we just came out harder.
What was your mindset going throughout the closing minutes of the game?
Mindset was just trying to get the win, control the ball, control the tempo, keep the ball safe in our possession, and get on the bus and go home with the dub, make the playoffs.
How were you able to push this going forward?
We're going to use this. We're trying to win out the rest of our games, finish top 2 in our conference, make a push for the playoffs this year. We'll change the culture at East Meadow.
Thank you, Devin. Great game.